What's up, CroatianSports.com nation? Ante here. Hope everyone's having a great summer break after Euro 2024. But just want to stop by for a couple minutes. First video of the new season. Absolute crazy week in Croatian football this week. Crazy week with everything that's happening, good, bad, and ugly. The top five European seasons haven't even started yet, haven't even kicked off. The Prva Liga has, and crazy news coming out of Croatia. The good, Modrić has officially become the most decorated player in the rich Real Madrid history with his 27th trophy this week. It was a 2-0 win over Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup. So Modrić stands atop the mountain as Real Madrid's most decorated player. We know that he's coming back at age 39 this year to be the club captain and to pick up on these trophies. So mission accomplished so far. He has 6 more shots this season at Real Madrid for additional trophies, and I would imagine he's going to get at least 2 or 3 more, especially with the club World Cup coming up. But Modrić, Croatia's captain, arguably Croatia's greatest athlete of all time, is now Real Madrid's most decorated player. So that happened this week. Our boy, Marcelo Brozović, Epic Broz, officially retired from international duty and the Croatian football team. Not really surprised for me. You could see that his form dipped at Euro 2024. He wasn't that number 6 rock in the midfield that we've had in past tournaments. He did leave for the money as a cash grab in Saudi Arabia to play with Ronaldo at Al Nassr. So how much does that have to play with it? I don't know, but not shocked that Brozović left the team. So him and Vida have left since Euro 2024, and I think those are the only retirements that we're going to hear so far going into the Nations League cycle going into September. And then the biggest, most shocking news, because Hajduk's going to Hajduk. Ivan Perišić and Hajduk have parted ways, and it's not even September yet. So it looks like Perišić and Gattuso in Split did not get along, and they're going to terminate his contract. So we will not get to see a full season of Ivan Perišić alongside Ivan Rakitic at Poljud with Hajduk. I mean, I'm bummed. I'm a Hajduk guy. I thought, they were gonna duo this thing this year and get Hajduk to their first Prva Liga championship since 2025. It's going to be the 20-year anniversary this spring of Hajduk winning their last title. So I thought all the cards were going to line up with Rakitic and Perišić and Livaja and Pukstas and all those guys. No more Perišić in Split. So I'm a little shocked at that. But with that said, Hajduk's going to Hajduk. And what happened this week is Hajduk is already out of Europe. They're already out of Europe. They had a pretty easy road in Conference League, and they lost to, I never even heard of this team, so apologies to all my Slovakian friends out there. They lost across 2 legs to Rajan Barak, who finished 5th in the Slovakian League last year. 5th in the Slovakian League, and Hajduk couldn't score 1 goal against them in Slovakia and at Poljud across 2 legs. Absolutely shocking. We're running a poll on Croatian sports right now. Who's to blame? Is it Gattuso? Is it the players? It's leaning 55% towards Gattuso, but the Italian legend might not be in Split for that much longer. This is an awful, awful, awful start to the season for Hajduk, and they're already out of Europe after playing a Faroese club and a Slovakian club who finished 5th. Absolutely horrible. On top of that, more bad news from Conference League. Osijek in their 3rd qualifying round is already out of Europe as well after losing in a penalty shootout to a club, Gira, from Azerbaijan. They lost in a penalty kick shootout after 2-2 aggregate. Osijek missed 4 out of their 5 penalty kicks. You heard that right. They missed 4 out of 5 penalty kicks, and Osijek's now out of Europe. And then on top of that, Rijeka had a pretty generous drawing Elfsborg in Europa League qualification, and they're out as well of Europa League. Will go back into Conference League, which is the 3rd tier. But they lost this week 2-0 in Sweden. So an awful week for Croatian football domestically. Hajduk out of Conference League, Osijek out of Conference League, Rijeka now moving from Europa League to Conference League, and we're going to see Dinamo in action next week in Champions League qualifying playoff round. If they win, they will be one of the 36 teams in league play for Champions League. It's a new format. We'll cover that on another call. But want to ask you guys, in your opinion, what is your biggest headline of this week with everything happening? Is it Modrić becoming the most decorated player at Real Madrid? Is it Brozović retiring from the national squad? Is it Hajduk already in shambles with Perišić leaving and out of Conference League before it's even August 20th? What's your biggest headline? Head to Croatian Sports for all of your highlights and the conversations that we're having, and then comment below. Would love to know what you guys are thinking of Modrić, Brozović, Perišić, Hajduk. You know, a lot of news happening this week. I expect it to be a pretty hot season, especially in Croatia. Dinamo's the top gun. Hajduk was supposed to follow them. Who knows what's going to happen? Is it going to be Dinamo all over again? Who knows? But comment below on what you found most interesting this week. And we're going to continue with Dinamo in Champions League as well as Rijeka in Conference League next week. But the season's upon us. UEFA Nations League is upon us in September. Looking forward to a great season with you all, and see you guys soon.